Hello, once again, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. I am Mr. Freeman of Legacy Solutions and Services, and I'm back with another Mr. Freeman Reacts video. This video is called Teachers Yelling at Students Number 2 by the creator Drew. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to just look at a compilation of different situations where teachers lose their sugar honey iced tea. Let's see who has a sip. Aquí vamos.
Anybody with good sense ought to be weary of a stranger, okay? But maybe you don't have good sense because you're sitting here arguing with me and you're making me mad, and I'm going to send you to the office if you don't shut up!
Oh my God. Yeah. So she is definitely mad. He was definitely talking back as she was talking, but she said anybody with good sense. And then she goes and insults him, saying, well, maybe you don't have good sense. I mean, clearly he's been irking her nerves since before this video started. If he was sitting there talking while she was talking, chances are he's been talking back to her, talking over her. You know, things like that are just disrespectful. And that's the easy way to get somebody annoying, not just a teacher, not just an adult, but anybody. And she got in his face and told him to shut up too. That's wild. That's wild. This student is showing good restraint. He's doing what you can tell when the student has a decent family upbringing. Like he didn't attack her in any way. It's 2023. Right? You have to think that way as a teacher, unfortunately.
That does it.
Says she's tweaking. She's not tweaking. She's fed up.
I am serious. Wipe that smirk off your face now.
All of you.
Okay.
There is no hope for you.
This kid is
There
weak.
is no hope.
There is no hope. Some teachers get to that point where they feel like that there is no hope for a student if that student is constantly disrespectful, constantly maybe not even doing their work. I don't know. Some people get to that point. Not saying it's okay, because it's not okay. A teacher should never tell a child there's no hope for them, because as long as they're alive, there's hope.
You get yelled at like this every block just by substitutes because you think you can walk in and pull crap on them, right?
Yeah.
Here's a sad thing. Substitutes get it really bad in the public education system. Unless they've already established a sense or a reputation. If they have already established a reputation in that school or in that district or the string of schools where they work, then they'll have some sense of respect already. The subs get it bad. Like kids see subs like, oh, it's time to party. We don't have to respect these people because they're not our normal regular teachers. And that also is very indicative of how an administration handles how substitutes and their classroom management is, whether they have great classroom management or not. We have a teacher shortage, much less a substitute shortage. So, administrators, you have to support these substitutes if a child is unruly and disrupting the classroom environment. You can't let them sit here and think, yeah, I can do whatever I want. You're a sub. You can't do that.
Then get out. Stay out. Get out. Out. Because you just said you're going to give substitutes
Sis is dying right now.
crap because you can. Now you can't do it. Out.
She cannot keep it together. This is what I'm saying. Like, adults, please, teachers, please. If you yell at an individual student, nothing good can come of it. Only one of two things. Let me backtrack. If you yell at a student that you do not have a close bond, a great rapport, and a very transparent relationship with, there's no way that you can yell at them. Nothing good's going to come from it. It's either one or two things. One, the child is going to find it hilarious, and then they're just going to continue to troll you. If you don't know what trolling is, trolling means they're going to continue to egg you on, make you upset, and they're going to get a kick out of it. And clearly, Miss whoever this girl is right here, she is cracking up. But the second thing, you're going to make that kid upset. Then they're just going to want to get into a yelling contest with you. And at that point, you're trying to establish superiority. They're trying to establish defiance. And if you try to keep going back and forth with a child as an adult, you look out of control. No matter how wrong the child is as an adult, you look like you're out of control.
I just paired my headphones listening to this audio thing, so just gonna do this now.
And a lot of the time, just like this, he got finished yelling at him, told him to do something, and the kid's like, no, now I'm just gonna pretend like you don't even exist. I'm just gonna go and do this. See, yelling doesn't solve the problem. Yelling may have worked 20 years ago, not with these kids. Not with these kids.
Oh, why?
Yeah,
Because things will be a lot better around here if you're not in here.
I'm just gonna nut up and shut up. I'm just gonna sit here and do this. So,
That was inappropriate to say. But in his own way, he's saying, okay, sir, you got it. I'm not going to disturb you. I'm not going to disturb the class anymore, whatever. Granted, he's already been disrespectful. He's already disturbed the class. As a substitute, you got to pick your battles, man. As a regular teacher, you send him out. You make him suffer consequences. As a substitute, you can do the same thing, but you can also just be like, you know what? I just need to get through this day. Let him do whatever. But then again, if you end up subbing for that same class, he's going to see you and he may let you live the second time. He may just say, you know what? I'm going to have fun with this guy again. It's not right, but it's the way it is sometimes. And clearly he looks like he's just going to leave it alone.
Miss Grossman, come here for a second.
No.
You better come here before I break your legs.
Kids like this, they don't need to be in a public school. Straight up. But he said, Miss Kristen, come here for a second. He didn't ask. It wasn't a request. He was saying it to her in a very condescending manner. And he knows it too. That's why he has that grin on his face. And then she said no. Then he says, you better come here. What? You better? Who better? Who better do what? Oh, okay. But then he said, before I break your legs. That's a threat. He needs to leave. He needs to be out of that class. He needs to be in some program. Because that's beyond just being a boy. That's beyond being disrespectful. That's a threat. Nah. So if a student like that were to threaten a female family member of mine, that's a teacher like that, I, as a man, would have a big issue with that. I don't care if he has that smile on his face. He should be gone. Let's see what happens.
I'll snap your head.
You must be
I'll snap your head.
very careful because it can be the end of this class for you.
Wait, where'd you go from dot?
You should be very careful because it could be the end of this class for you. She already put up with too much. He said, I'll break your legs and I'll snap your head. Nah, he needs to go. And another thing too, I hate when male students act like they want to threaten a female teacher. Like, don't be a chump. Don't be a chump. That's lame. It's weak. It's weak.
You Dutch? You like did it? Bring it on.
Now he's openly mocking her.
Oh, Brandon, I will be very careful too
What? What did I do?
with your behavior, or it might be
She gurgles the
the
color.
end of this class for you.
What did I do? I'm just sitting here.
Your behavior
Brandon, don't put up with that
is
fucking shit.
inappropriate.
What the
And you
fuck did
know
I?
it.
Yo, I'm just laughing.
Now she's made another mistake. Not only did she not address the completely disrespectful, threatening, and unruly child, which maybe she was afraid by the way he responded to her. Maybe that intimidated her. But if that any look, female teachers, male teachers, any teachers assistants, whoever you are in a school building. If a child intimidates you and makes you feel threatened, get some help. Get somebody there to help you. Get somebody that will escort that child out. You don't need to feel intimidated so you decide to disengage from that child. No, get that child out of there, period. But the mistake she made is now she's trying to regulate his buddy, his friend, the one that's recording with his phone. She's trying to regulate him, telling him to get his behavior together. But she didn't check him. Because she didn't check him, now the second student is like, what did I do? I didn't say to you what he said to you. All I did was laugh. And now the second student has a legit reason to challenge her. So now, instead of dealing with the first student, now she has to deal with two. And she's going to lose control of this class, this actual class session. She's going to lose control of it very fast. I can already tell.
laughing.
You don't have to.
You don't have to. It's a natural
I can laugh.
thing.
Standard
If I think something's funny, I can fucking laugh if I
Please,
want.
We're going now.
Now
to
he's
combine
cursing
the
at her.
writers.
They
I
pull
have
up.
here
Do it.
Just shut the fuck up!
So I think there's something else going on with this kid. Wouldn't surprise me if he had some paperwork with him, an IEP, a BIP. Non-educators, IEP means individualized education plan. That's usually for students who are who need some type of an accommodation. A BIP is a behavior intervention plan, which I definitely think this kid has. He has to, with the way he's reacting. That's not a normal classroom reaction. Even with an unruly student, for him just to snap like that, even if he's joking, even if it's playing, no, that's not normal. That's not natural. That's extra. He's doing a lot. So he does this. He does
You
this.
come with me to see Mr. North.
No, we're good.
No, we're not.
Do it again.
And now the second one is egging on the first one. Now both of them gotta go. Nah, it's
So negative.
Again,
okay.
again.
I hope she sending them out.
What level of lying do you not believe? You lie all the time. You did not give it to him. He had to walk around the room looking for it. Yes or no? Is that what happened? Did you give it to him? Or did he have to walk all the way around the room, pick it up off your table and sit down? Yes or no? Which one happened? What I said or what you said?
So this was like middle school, maybe
So you lied.
5th, 6th grade.
Yes.
maybe
How did you
7th.
not lie? You said you gave it to him.
When you came by.
No, go outside. Go outside. No, take your iPad.
One thing I'll say about this teacher, clearly this teacher, it helps that he's a male, and it helps that he has established some level of respect in that classroom. You can tell he's talking out of frustration. The students are still, going to be students. The kid recording is still recording. Some kids just going to end up doing that, unfortunately, even though they shouldn't. But even with this, he shows that he has control over this classroom. Kids are going to be kids. Kids are going to be mischievous, So he shows he's having some type of control over the class. He said, get up, get out, and the kid got up. So let's just see, how this unfolds.
Ahead with you. You're gonna have to do the assignment on your own.
Now, I don't know if people can pick up on tones and inflection. He actually sounded disappointed in his vocal inflection, saying you're going to have to just do this on your own. Like, he doesn't want to send this kid out. But apparently, whatever the situation was, the kid lied to him. He said he passed somebody something, and the kid's not telling him everything he needs to hear. So he's definitely disappointed. He has to send him out.
So, who gave you the iPad? Oh, you don't read? All right. You know what? I'm gonna write everybody up.
No, it was either Christian or George.
Well, everyone's gonna get written up in this whole class. Since we play games like this and we can't remember who did what.
All right, so he's clearly a vet teacher, whether it's his second year or what. I don't think this is his first year, because I mean, this is a move. This is like a tool in your bag, in your teacher bag. If nobody is admitting to something, or if nobody will snitch, you know what? Yeah, no, okay, it is snitching. Snitching is if you got in trouble and you telling somebody else to get yourself out of trouble. That is snitching. That's snitching. But kids, this generation, some of my generation too. I'm a millennial, but an older millennial at that. But some people in my generation and the generations under me believe that snitching is telling the truth or telling the truth to an authoritative figure. That's not snitching. Snitching is trying to get somebody else in trouble to get yourself out of trouble for something that you are guilty about. That is snitching. That's snitching. Maybe I'll do a video showing some examples of snitching on a different channel, not this one. But let's just keep going. I mean, he did that, and the boy in the blue shirt and the black backpack is stressed. He's like, I cannot afford another referral. He was upset. So let's see what happens.
It was me.
Because why are we doing this stuff? Why?
Brandon
Why is
gave
it okay?
Brandon gave it to me.
It was on my desk. I didn't know who it was.
These kids aren't bad. As soon as he threatened the entire class, the culprits fessed up. Even if they're this age, sixth grade, fifth, sixth, seventh grade, maybe they look more like fifth graders though. Sixth grade maybe. The fact that he acknowledged that he did this goes to show, number one, he actually has some integrity. He was just being mischievous, but he's being raised right. He's just a kid, you know. I want to see how the teacher, also with his friend that also spoke up. Kudos to them for speaking up. Kudos to the teacher for keeping his composure. He had to reach into his teacher bag to sort of get to the bottom of this, but I want to see how he responds to their admission of their guilt.
I'm glad you're still smiling about it. It's so hilarious to you, isn't it? Go outside. I told you to go outside. Why are you still here? Because you... What? Who took your backpack?
No one.
So you set it there?
Yeah.
Why?
Because I went to the bathroom.
Why are you guys on the wrong seat? Because you want to do what you want?
Oh.
Yes?
Yes. Okay.
At this point, how does he not see this kid recording him? How do you not see him recording? Well, never mind. The way that they're positioned, it looks like the kid has the phone on his desk, but it's turned sideways. But he probably has something else sort of, he's masking it. But it looks like he's looking directly at the camera. That's wild to me. But anyway, yeah, so that just sounds like a case of boys being boys, taking somebody's stuff, moving it. I've dealt with that at the middle school level. It's just adolescents doing things like that. And he said, why are you moving seats? Like, you just want to do what you want to do? Kids do that a lot. They just want to sit where they want to sit. That's not okay, though. If a seating chart has been established, stick to that seating chart. Just stick to the seating chart. It's children. But, kids are going to challenge sometimes. He's kept his composure. Maybe he
What's so
notices. Oh,
why can't you pay attention to what's going on here? You want to look out there and join him. Go out there and join him. It's so funny.
Oh.
Go. I'm not kidding. You want to laugh and watch what's going out there? Go join him out there.
He has control over his class. So that's 2 kids out.
Go back to your seat. Actually, no, you go out there too. Since you're confused and you want to do your own stuff. You go.
There you go. There you go. This is how you do this. This is how you do this.
I'm right
And
over you.
there you go. Yep. You have to be established. You have to establish your boundaries as a teacher in a classroom. And if the student cross that boundary, you have to be prepared to.
This has to stop. This immature stuff has to stop.
You have to be prepared as a teacher to follow through with the consequences. You have to. Because without that, there's not going to be any real respect for your authoritative position in your classroom. These kids respect his position because he follows through. You can see that he follows through. Now, yeah, 5th, 6th grade, you deal with a lot of immaturity. So most of it is just trying to correct these wayward behaviors with all of that energy that they have.
Christian, did you know whose iPad it was?
No, sir.
No? So what are you supposed to do when you have an iPad that you don't know whose it is?
Turn it in.
Give it to me and I might tell you to go to the office. Why didn't you do that? Because you thought it'd be fun to do your own thing, right?
Yes, sir.
Good job. Way to go. Writing you up too. This has to stop. Since you all want to make the wrong decision, I want to make the right one for you. And I'm going to write you up. Because you guys want to play games in my class.
He ain't playing. Yeah. Like it. I like that one. That's pretty good. At the end, that was a good example of what to do when you have to deal with kids. He wasn't. Yeah, I mean, he raised his voice, but he wasn't yelling at individual students. So that's all that I have for you today. Please remember, like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll see you another time.